Hey, 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 what's up, my chatters? Let's step into the chat shack for a moment, shall we? Because my chatters, I said, you know what, I can do a video about this. I can do a whole bunch of things, but I said, nope, nope, nope. When it comes to little Miss Jada, Shakur, and Will, I am tired. I've seen this on social media time and time again. This is literally the group chat none of us asked to be in. I've learned more about Will and Jada's marriage than I think I ever want to know. And you know what I gather from all of this? Jada is not in love with Will. And at this point, I feel as if Will is an emotionally abused male. I really do. Because we have heard from her and her lack of happiness now for years. I was not happy. I wanted to feel good. I don't know what she thought was going to take place with the red table talks or what direction it was going, but from that I think the intent was to help others, that was the intent, and have these deep conversations. But through that red table we learned more about her than I think we ever asked or even wanted to know, for the most part. So Will hasn't said anything. He's been extremely quiet for quite some time. In fact, we haven't really heard much from him since the Oscar slap. He started making his videos, but as far as talking, not so much. He did a PSA video about it. It wasn't too much talk, and he's just out living his life. But we haven't heard real conversations as into what took place, especially now that Jada is admitting that they have been separated since 2016 and living apart. Now, that's a very long time, in my opinion, to be separated, because if you are living apart and living separate lives, then what's the point? Simply because you don't want to say that you're divorced? What marriage in which you and your mate are apart for years and live separate lives? We've heard rumors of their relationship or swingers or whatever the case may be, but now it just opens up the door for so many questions and saying, why are they even together? I've never seen Jada get emotional over Will. I've never seen her shed a tear when she talks of their marriage, but I have seen her shed multiple tears when it comes to that Tupac Shakur. Now that one will get her to crying. But I've never seen her show that type of emotion to her own husband. And that's not to say that she's a bad person, but honey, I don't think you're happy. I really don't think that Jada is happy. Despite the success, despite the money, I don't think that they are equally yoked. They might have been for a season, but that season has come and sailed, because right now it's just embarrassing. Reading this stuff in these headlines, when it comes to more and more stuff that Jada chooses to reveal, I'm embarrassed for Will, and I'm actually even embarrassed for Jada. At this point, either stop talking about your marriage or get a divorce, because every time you open up your mouth, it's more what the hell is going on moments. So not only did she reveal that they've been separated and living apart since 2016, she also revealed that Chris Rock, of all people, Chris Rock, she decides to put this in her book. Chris Rock read the headlines once upon a time and thought that her and Will were divorced or getting a divorce, and he asked her out on a date. And Jada said, she says, what are you doing? I'm married. And he says, oh, I'm sorry. But I'm sure that's not something that Chris wanted out there, or do we even know if it's true? But Jada just opens her mouth and kind of reveals things about others that they may or may not have wanted revealed. If you're living separately, did you even have the conversation with your husband that you are now getting ready to tell the world that you guys have basically been separated and living apart since 2016? Did you guys have that conversation, or did you make that decision? Because when it came to the red table talk, I remember an episode in which she basically said this is what she was going to do. And Will said, are you sure? It just seems like Will just kind of complies with what she wants. And reading his book, which actually was a good book, by the way, and I wasn't shocked by that slap. A lot of people were, but I wasn't, because it seems like Will, if you read the book and get a little bit inside of his mind and his background, he's always had this image to either be the good guy or always felt the need to have to prove something and succeed. Now, I won't dig too much into it. That's his own battles, that's his own issues to share. But I'm not surprised by that slap. The world might have been, but I certainly wasn't, because you have this guy that's been the poster child of perfection, and he was anything but. In the book, he even talks about having visions when his father's health was failing, of, possibly just throwing him down the steps. And actually in his mind saying, who would believe that Will Smith did this? To me, you're revealing something deep inside of you. People skim past words such as that, but when I hear things like that, it makes me say, whoa, what's going on internally? You know what I'm saying? I think people give us these smoke signals, and no one ever really pays attention to the smoke until there's fire. And I feel like we've been getting smoke signals when it comes to this relationship and both of their mental states for quite some time. I don't know what's going to come of this, but I know that, again, it was trending. Will and Jada was trending, and it seems like they're always trending nowadays for the wrong reasons. Jada has been on this campaign, this I don't even know what to call it. She's been on this revealing campaign for years now. So I don't know if this is gearing up for a divorce. I don't know if this is gearing up for her to say in court that I've been, emotionally unhappy for years. I don't know what the point is, but she's really has been painting a picture that Will does not satisfy her in any way. And that's my opinion. I don't see genuine love here. I don't know what's going on in that marriage. I don't want to know, but since she's made it public, this opens the door for creators like myself and whoever else in the world to draw their own conclusion and judgment, because right now it seems like you are willing to reveal all, especially for a coin or two, because this is in your book. Because you're going to get sales and generate revenue, of course. No one does something like this for free. You want to make money. Any content creator, when you make your videos, some people do it just because, and other people do it for revenue, but mostly, for the most part, any person that is creative, you want to be compensated for your creativity in some way. So Jada wants to be compensated for her book sales that revealed that her marriage is basically in shambles. And she's happy with that. Is Will happy with that? I mean, Alicia Keys, for crying out loud, in her song said we can be like Will and Jada. I don't want to be like Will and Jada. I'm telling you now, I do not wish to be like Will and Jada. I promise you, boo boo. I don't even think Will and Jada wants to be like Will and Jada at this point. I wonder when the revealing is going to stop, because it has gotten messy and we keep knowing more than we should in this group chat, my chatters, that Jada Pinkett Shakur has put us in. So I don't know if little Miss Jada Pinkett Shakur has to find herself or whatever the case may be, but I'm sorry. I just don't feel like this marriage is going to sustain 3 more years, if that. I think they both deserve people that they can be happy with, and clearly it's not one another. I think more so it's because it's habit, and because they've been together so long, it's more, routine. This is your person. You get accustomed to someone when you've spent years with them. But if you're not happy and you can live apart and live separate lives from someone for 7 years, then honey, that is no longer your person. Now, we'll have a chat about this. Let's chat about it in the comments, chatter. So tell me, what do you think? Do you think that Will and Jada need to stay together at this point? Like, what do you feel about this marriage and this relationship? Because I want to hear from Will at this point. His happiness, or have you been happy? Because he sure hasn't spoken on it. I would love to hear what his innermost thoughts is surrounding his marriage, if he feels like he failed or whatever, because Jada just seems to be going on this campaign letting everyone know that I'm not happy. I remember on Red Table Talks when she was having this conversation with her husband about her sexual endeavors with her boyfriend, she kept saying, it's been so long since I felt good. I just wanted to feel good. You told your husband this. So your husband has to sit there and realize that he has not made his wife feel good. I don't know if people really paid attention to the things that she says. and has been saying. I used to. I'm torn because I used to have this fist that I would pump for Jada, but I'm not sure if my fist is pumping. Let's chat about it in the comments. As always, since it's free, make sure to like, comment, follow, and subscribe. Later, chatters.